turn to this now. ActionSA picketed outside the Durban International Convention Centre earlier today of allegations of irregular payments for the ANC Women's League conference. The party is accusing the ICC of fraudulently collaborating with the ANC in billing the city for the conference held in August. It's believed that the city committed to pay nearly 5 million rands to cover the costs. eThekwini Mayor Mncwango has denied these claims. Let's speak to the ActionSA Chairperson in KwaZulu-Natal now, Zwakele Mncwango, who joins us. Good to have you, Baba Mncwango, and thank you very much for your time. How different is this particular matter that you're raising to the one that the DA has taken to the SIU to probe around some allegations of siphoning funds from the Department of Economic Development to cover certain programs of the African National Congress, as it seems?
Good evening to you, Chabo. Let me first by saying it's somehow kind of similar. The issue of Summers was actually exposed by ActionSA. The DA came afterwards because even the documents that they're referring to, some of them, they got them from me. So, meaning it's ActionSA who actually exposed what's going on with the Summers in the province. And also, it's ActionSA that exposed what's happening in eThekwini. It's the same operanda that is used by the ANC. But here, how it's different here is that there was an ANC Women's League conference, which is common knowledge in the public, that took place on the 4th to the 7th of August. But I must tell you, Chabo and listeners, that what happened is the ANC collaborated with the ICC and the municipality. Instead of the ANC signing an MOU with the ICC to host the conference, the MOU was signed by the municipality, and they were claiming to host the event called Women's Month Launch. That never took place. And the agreement, Chabo, was stating that the Women's Month Launch would take place from the 4th to the 6th of August, the same date of the ANC conference. And the ANC conference couldn't finish on time. They had to use the 7th and the 8th of August. And the amendment was done on the same MOU for Women's Month Launch to add extra 2 days. And there is an extension. I do have copies at Chabo, where there is a communication between the city and the ICC, where they were extending this MOU, adding extra days. And Chabo, remember that there were pictures of Women's League sleeping on the floor at the ICC. And I must tell you that that amendment also charges those who were sleeping on the floor. The city was supposed to pay about 6,000 rand for those who were sleeping on the floor. And also there were extras like the IEC room. But what happened is the whistleblower gave us information on the 8th of August. We were able to come out, quickly went to the council to stop this payment from being done. And that is why the mayor can keep saying the city have not paid the invoice. The mayor is right. But what the mayor is not telling is that there was an intention to loot the public funds, which was stopped by ActionSA by exposing this corruption, by further writing to City Investigation Unit to investigate this corruption. But what is very strange, Thabo, is that despite us exposing this in the public, ICC, 21st of August, they were still bold enough to invoice the city 4.7 million rand for this event that never took place.
Yeah. The
same guests for Women's Month Launch, Thabo, are the same delegates of the ANC Women's League. Yes. Everything's the same, but the invoice went to the city. The city have not paid the invoice. Why today we went to ICC to protest? We are saying to the ICC, come out clean and tell the public why you invoice the city. We are saying as well, the invoice must be sent to the ANC, not the city.
Yeah.
We are saying to the ICC CEO, go and report this crime and corruption to the police. If they fail to report this within 7 days, Thabo, we have no choice as ActionSA. We will table a motion to remove the entire board in council.
So the ANC in the province saying that they are taking care of all the costs of the conference of the Women's League, and they're saying, you know as well as they know that no money was paid at this particular point. In fact, there is an arrangement in place between the eThekwini region and the ICC to pay for their portion of the time that they use for the Women's Day launch, and the provincial ANC is taking care of all the money that is required to pay for the ANC Women's League.
Tabo, that arrangement might have been done after we expose what's going on. What happened there?
Yeah.
What we are saying as ActionSA, there was an intention to loot public funds. The ANC have no MOU with the ICC. Remember, ICC is a public entity. You don't just go there every event and negotiate verbally. Everything must be signed. There is no MOU between the ANC and the ICC. If they have, Tabo, they must produce it. They don't have. And there's no invoice from the ICC to the ANC. There's not. There's no invoice. I can tell you, Tabo, right now, for example, let me tell you something which is very strange, Tabo. There is already 1 million rand deposited at the ICC from the anonymous person, and the municipality officials have sent the proof of payment of 1 million, but the donor is not disclosed. But the ICC can't attach this payment to this invoice and this account because this is an entity of government. You must be able to say, before you take money from a person, there must be an invoice. Paper trail must come out. So the issue right now is there is money reflecting on the account of the ICC, but they can't attach anyway because this money is just deposited by these individuals. It is not disclosed. Even the
so
ANC
that's very interesting because the Chogini region is telling us that they were given a bill. You are saying at this point there is no bill, there's no invoice that was issued by the ICC. But not
there
only
is no invoice to the ANC.
They are saying they made the payment of 1 million.
They must give proof. They must give you proof. What I'm saying, Chabo, is simple. There is a payment of 1 million reflecting on the account at the ICC. But they can't attach to any account because remember, first of all, there must be an MOU between ICC and the client. In this case, the client is the municipality. And you can't donate to the municipality. And the officials who are part of this corruption, before we expose it, now they are saying they found someone who's able to pay 1 million. They still have 3 million outstanding, not paid. But the issue right now is, where do you attach this account to? There is money already reflected on the account, but ICC management, they can't take this money and say it's already paid to this invoice because the invoice is at the door of the municipality. So meaning what needs to happen right now moving forward, the ICC need to come out, be transparent to the public and be honest to the public to say there was never an MOU between them and the ANC. They must have an MOU. They must invoice the ANC. The ANC then must pay for this account. At least ActionSA was able to stop the municipality from paying this account. But remember, the ICC is a public entity which is owned by the municipality. We have an interest in ensuring that this money is being paid. That is why we keep monitoring what is going on. And next week, Tabo, I will be meeting with City Integrity Unit, discussing this matter, where we give them whatever information I have in my position in terms of this matter. But bottom line is, those who are involved in this corruption, Tabo, must be held accountable. I can confirm, Tabo, right now, that the MOU in question was signed by the CEO of the ICC and the Deputy City Manager, Zwakele.
So,
yes,
you are preempting what could have been a siphoning of 5 million rands. That has not quite happened at this particular point. How do you then prove that 5 million rands was destined to be siphoned?
It was, Tabo, because I'm saying there is paper trail of what happened, what transpired. There's an invoice. Invoice is breaking down, Tabo. What happened over that weekend? There was never a Women's Month launch event at ICC, Tabo. The mayor himself, yes, on Thursday, he confirmed in the meeting. I asked him on record in the meeting whether he can confirm the MOU between the city and the ICC to host Women's Month launch. The mayor did confirm that he's aware of an MOU, but he said the event was cancelled, never took place. Then why ICC would invoice the city for the event that never took place, according to the mayor? and why the same delegates that were reflecting on this particular event are the same one of the ICC, but also, Thabo, the amendment on an MOU reflect what was happening at ICC, because they are adding extra days. They're also charging for those who are sleeping on the floor. Who was sleeping on the floor on the 6th? Was ANC Women's League, no one else. And who was counting a vote was IEC. That is why this ICC room being charged at the municipality. That is why I'm saying, Thabo, what we must appreciate here, we must appreciate having ActionSA as an effective opposition, because we are able to stop payment from being made. But also, we must appreciate the whistleblowers who are prepared to come on time, like what you did with Summer, for example. We were able to stop Summers from looting money, because obviously it was ANC, not Summers, basically, it was ANC trying to use Summers to loot 28 million rand. If it wasn't for ActionSA, that money would have been already spent by ANC. Same here. If ActionSA wasn't able to come on board as soon as possible, municipality would have paid 5 million rand towards the ICC. But at least, Thabo, the viewers must appreciate having an effective opposition which can able to really scrutinize these things and able to hold those responsible to account.
Zwakele, I appreciate your time. Thanks so much for coming on. Chairperson of ActionSA in KwaZulu-Natal.